Okay, we are back on page 572. Thanks for being patient with me today as I have to keep switching cameras. I have to use the video camera and then the document camera and then the video camera again. But hopefully it's not too confusing. So I measured a desk from here to here, and it was exactly 2 feet. And you're just going to have to take my word for it because I can't get the video camera out again. I'm exhausted. So from here to here was 2 feet. Now, if we look at our chart, we know that 2 feet is how many inches? 2 feet is 24 inches. So today, as you're doing your assignment, I would measure in feet first. You have the ruler that you made, and you have the rulers that I put in your box as well that you can use to measure with, or measure the way they showed you in the Go Math video where you're going to have to hold your place. So I know everyone has a window in their house that they can measure. And I know everybody has a door in their house that they can measure, and the arrow shows you where to measure. So the bottom of the door, the bottom of the window. Then on page 573, putting my name on it, I know that you don't have a chalkboard at your house. So think, do you have anything else that is kind of like a chalkboard? Maybe you have a whiteboard. Maybe you could measure a mirror. I know at my house, I would just measure a mirror. I think that would be easier for me because I don't have a chalkboard at my house. So I'm going to measure, of course, the number of feet first and then use my chart to find out how many inches that is. Do you have a poster at your house? If you don't have a poster, just think of something else. Maybe you could measure the bottom of the refrigerator. I know you don't have a teacher's desk at your house, but maybe do you have a different desk that you could measure? And I know maybe you have an easel at your house and maybe you don't. But notice that on this, they want you to measure from top to bottom. So what could you measure from top to bottom? Maybe a chest of drawers. You could even measure your toilet from top to bottom. I don't care. Just pick something to measure it. Just make sure you cross out what's here, though, and write down what you're measuring. Then here, we have a bulletin board and a chalkboard. So here, maybe get rid of the bulletin board and, like I said, measure your oven. Pretend that this is your oven door and measure from here to here. So just be creative and pick some things around your house to measure. You can watch the math on the spot here. That's in Go Math. And then I want you to look at this, number 10. This goes back to what we talked about at the beginning of the lesson. And it says, look at your measurements for the shelf. Why is the number of inches different from the number of feet? Okay. Why is the number of inches different from the number of feet? Remember, the number of inches is smaller. Okay? The number of inches is smaller, so you will need to use more of them. Right? The number of inches you use will be greater in number than feet. Okay? The number of inches you use will be greater in number than feet. Oh, we're going to add something. Because they are smaller in size. Right. So just think back to this morning when we did the paperclip problem. The number of paper clips we used was greater than the number of folded papers because it took up a smaller amount. They were smaller in size. The same with inches. So it's kind of a hard thing to remember because inches are smaller, so it's confusing that we say that it's going to be greater in number. So you have to just remember they're smaller in size, so we need more of them. We're going to have a greater number of inches than feet. Right? Go ahead and finish this down here. That's not too tricky. Thank you for listening so well today. I miss you, and I will see you later. Bye. Sorry. I will keep this here so you can see it. So go ahead and hit pause if you need more time to get that written down.